fracking started out as is it's a well bore drilled into a reservoir, and I think I've got some pictures coming up. But basically, we drill a hole, we inject some high pressurized fracking fluid, which creates channels in the rock, and basically the idea is that it's fracturing the rock so that gas can escape. They add something to the water or whatever they add into it, and essentially it holds the gas open. And I think I've got a picture here somewhere. So yeah, here's the picture. So we have the traditional method here with fracking is you would go down, you basically drill down, and then they pump this stuff in, and it blows, into the rock. And the idea is that this will hold the rock open with this material, so it's kind of a grit to hold the shale opening, and essentially the gas can then escape. Well, in and of itself, what does that have to do with wetlands? Well, what it has to do with wetlands is the numbers that I've heard per well is somewhere around 3 to 5 million gallons worth of water has to be used to develop one single well. Now, what they typically do is they don't just drill one of these for that 3 to 5 million gallons. It may be multiple ones. So you may have one going this way, you have one kind of going, I can't do third dimension here, but you'll have one borehole. You could actually conceivably have 6 or 9 separate bores associated with this one pipe. And that's one of the arguments about the fracking approach and the horizontal drilling is the fact that you're using a smaller footprint, at least on the surface, to extract gas from the same area, which is helpful. Typically, these pads, I've heard stories in Pennsylvania that they're asking to do a 20-acre delineation per pad. Last year, Pennsylvania, looks like 2011 is going to close out right around 4,000 wells went in, so that's 4,000 wetland delineations that were done just in Pennsylvania alone. The year before, it was around 2,000, so they're doubling every year, and they're well on their way to more than that. I mean, the goal, I think, is somewhere around 10 or 11,000 wells a year is what they want to install in Pennsylvania. So that's keeping us very, very busy. The gas plays, that's a oil and gas term, but basically these are the regions. You can see the Marcellus over here. I'll get a different color pen for you. The Marcellus region, this is the Marcellus play, which covers that area of the country. The Colorado play in here. There's a Fayetteville play. I think it's up in here somewhere. But these are all very, very active areas that we're working in. And of course, these are large land areas that we're doing delineations on. Now, the Marcellus is the big one that's been making all the news lately, and this gives you kind of an idea where it covers. Marcellus is in Marcellus, New York, and this is the shale formation, all the way down into Tennessee, theoretically. And the major play is really West Virginia, and Pennsylvania is the major area, and a bit into Ohio, and West Virginia is definitely opening up. That is a huge, huge area for this. The logistics with West Virginia, though, it's you can't get there from here is the challenge with West Virginia. There's a lot of problems getting from one place to another. Pennsylvania is a little easier. This just to give you some of the areas that they're working in. So we've seen a lot. This is the Marcellus, just on a Pennsylvania view. And this is just a statistic on the wells that they have installed in Pennsylvania over the last I guess this was 2010, so you can see by county, how many wells were installed, how many wells were drilled. This is 2010. So 2,800 wells were drilled in Pennsylvania in 2010, and by county, and then how many permits were issued. About 6,500 permits were issued for 2010. So that's the latest data. Now I've got 2011 data. 2,600 wells were drilled through November. 5,200 permits, so we keep people busy.